How's it going, YouTube? Oxa here, and welcome back. So, yeah, admittedly, this is probably a Scream week. Of course, the movie is coming out in less than a week from this video. It comes out on the 14th, right? So next Friday. And yeah, very excited. Can't wait. Honestly, it's glad to see the series back. Of course, 4 was back in 2011. But today's video, I'm just going to be talking about, just recent news or updates about the Scream movie, the franchise in general. And yeah, and potentially, sad news. We may be losing one of the original 3. And sucks. But, make sure to stay till the end, find out everything. And yeah, so here, I really like the marketing they've been doing for the film. So here you can see you got this entertainment, like the ultimate guide to Scream, 25 years. Crazy. Not gonna lie, it's insane. Then you got, the OGs. And yeah, it's a pretty cool read. I've read some of it, and yeah, it's just filled with, awesome little tidbits. But seriously, it's like, I really like what they've been doing with marketing and everything. I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing, commercials for it, out the ass. I've been seeing so many, the one I see the most is, the girl, the door keeps unlocking, right? The girl in the pink shirt. I think her name is Tara, her character. And, yeah, I've been seeing that one a lot, and I just really like what Paramount's doing and really pushing this film. But I guess first thing I want to touch on is early screenings have happened and some reviews are out. And I can safely say, so, you've been warned. No spoilers, but if you want to know or don't, they've mainly been positive. So that's a good thing. It's good to see that Wes Craven's legacy is being respected. And yeah, I don't know, that's awesome. I'm pumped. Honestly, I'm really glad that everyone seems to be enjoying it. Now, of course, with anything, it's not all, rainbows. There are some negative ones, and, you'll be seeing some on screen, right? Pause if you like, putting some reviews up so you could, make your own judgments. Of course, with me, I always say that with things like movies or any form of entertainment, always draw your own conclusions, experience it, watch it for yourself. Sure, a review could give you a general idea, but everybody's different, right? So everyone will love it. I could watch it next week and absolutely hate it. But it's just, I guess, what's the word? Reassuring, fandom-wise, that everyone really seems to be on board who've seen it. It's been, everyone's praising, the writing, the cast, including the new cast, too, which is exciting. Because, of course, the Trinity, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette, we all know, yeah, they got it. Obviously, they're legacy characters, but it's nice to hear that, these new characters can hold their own and potentially carry the franchise. Because that's one thing you have to think about too, is that Dewey, Sydney, Gale, they can't, they're not going to be here forever, right? A lot of them are getting older. David, he's pretty old, he's up there, so it's they can't do this forever. So I've heard a lot of things, even to there's some passing of the torch, and we'll see how it plays out. But it's just good to hear. Good to hear that everyone seems to be liking it. And yeah, I've heard even that it's it's the darkest film, or up to this point, it's one of the darker ones, gory even. And look, hey, I'll admit, I am a little bit of a gore freak, I do like my nice, I like red to flow, rivers. But it's good to hear, and seriously, it's just awesome. I'm really, I'm glad. I'm glad that most people are liking it, and that's a good sign, right? That's a good, okay, it won't be, hopefully, complete garbage. But yeah, not only that, it's just like, man, like I just got to give props to Paramount for really pushing this, really pushing this film. Because, like, for example, Halloween Kills, right? Of course, we all knew it was a trilogy, but I don't know about you guys, but I didn't, like, yeah, I would see trailers, obviously, but, like, compared to Scream, it wasn't as much. Like, I really was not seeing, like, this hard of a push. And hey, I mean, it's hopeful that, maybe future, whether it's Halloween, an eventual Friday the 13th, a little side note, that lawsuit is officially, finally over. Sean Cunningham, Horror Inc. did not appeal to the Supreme Court because realistically, like, it was a long shot that the case would even get heard by them. So it is officially, legally over. But now, and happy birthday, Sean. I know you just turned 80. Hopefully you, Victor Miller, can sort things out and, we can just get back into it, get a new film. I mean, come on. Ghostface, 25 years. And, like, Jason, like, think, the remake was in 2009. Like, I guess we need another remake at this point. But I'd love to see him back. But anyways, yeah. It's just an exciting time to be a horror fan, seriously. I mean, look, we got, obviously, Scream coming up. And then gaming-wise, you got the Evil Dead, the game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, and then both of those are getting movies, right? Of course, you have the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie coming out, and then Evil Dead Rise on HBO Max. So it's an exciting year to be a horror fan. But I wanted to, touch on the little, the potentiality of who, if any, of the original cast will not make it. Sad to say, I mean, we've loved them. They've been in every single film. And we've had some close calls. I mean, Dewey almost died in 2, but he, made it. I mean, in the first film, too, he was thought to be a goner. He was, like, shot. No, he was stabbed. But, he survived. And, yeah, so, spoiler warning, potentially. You've been warned, Don't go forward if you don't want to know. So recently in Brazil, they had their own like little trailer TV spot, right? Different regions get different cuts. But interesting thing, so in the regular, I'll say US trailer, you see Dewey in the hospital. Obviously he has his revolver. And, it's specific that, yeah, Dewey has a revolver. Whereas in the same trailer, you see Gail and Sydney, they have, like standard, like pistols, right? Like, just standard issue, like cop one. But in the Brazil trailer, and, I'll just try to show some stills, you see Gail has a revolver. And I guess the look in her face gives you the impression of, like, she's, like, like obviously trying to kill this person, but there's, like a certain anger behind it. And it's leading a lot of people to believe that potentially our boy Dewey isn't making it. And, it bums me out. Dewey, I like the guy. He's one of my favorites because he's just like I don't know, he just comes off as like the boy next door type of thing, right? Like just a nice dude. And like, especially, I guess what I like about Dewey, the characters, that he's really the backbone of the group, right? Because of course Dewey and Sydney, they're like childhood friends. Or like Sydney obviously friends with the sister, Dewey being the older brother. They have like that close bond. And then of course Dewey and Gail have their whole relationship and that they built. And obviously Sydney and Gail never see eye to eye, but who's the middleman? It was Dewey. So I think it is a good choice if he is the one to go, just for the fact that they could really explore like what that'll do to Sydney and Gail's relationship. Because yeah, obviously over time now they're like cool, they bonded, they're closer, right? But it would be interesting to see like what would happen. Obviously Dewey's out of the picture. It would be like, would they keep in touch? Like, maybe that way they could write off, like, oh, Sydney Neve Campbell won't come back for a sequel, or maybe Courtney Cox won't, right? So they could, write it off as like, oh, because of Dewey's passing, we're just not gonna, the emotional trauma, the effect of it is like, oh, you could write them off. And it does bum me out, but it is just like, damn, like, they might actually kill off someone, unless, hey, he's the killer, which would be crazy too. It'd be crazy to just think about, like, damn, like, what if one of them is the killer? What if it was Sydney? I mean, I guess another little thing I could add is that the soundtrack, like, track listing was also leaked, put out there. And you have certain tracks that stand out, like Passing of the Torch. Like, what does that mean? It's like, is Sydney dying? Or is it going to be that moment where, like, obviously at the end, they all survive, or, the Sydney, Gail, I expect them to survive, and then, it'll be like, hey, you did good to our new girl, right? Our new lead, Sam, is the character's name. And yeah, you have Chrome Face, which I guess confirms, like, in the regular trailer, you see that Ghostface with the flamethrower Chrome Face. So it's like, hey, we're actually going to see it in the movie. I saw some people thinking, like, oh, that was just for the trailer. Like, they're not actually going to do that. And then there was one, I think it was like My Time Is Now, or it's something where, like, one of these songs is like, alludes to maybe Stu, like I've been here all along or something. Who knows? But I'm just excited for the film. I mean, it's good to see that everyone seems to be liking it. And yeah, just wanted to bring that up. Just little thoughts. I know it's kind of more rambly or just a discussion, but I'm super pumped for the film. And yeah, like, I'm really excited. Like, I just saw 3 like a couple days ago when this is going up. And yeah, I actually had a newfound appreciation for it. I know it's many people's, like, maybe their least favorite. I mean, look, it has its flaws. The kills, obviously, the characters, like the newer ones, you don't really care about them that much. But hey, I love Roman as a killer, and, he is the only single killer. Well, I mean, we'll see in the new one. But yeah, and I do really like the twist of, like, oh, that was Sydney's brother, half-brother. And, like, he inadvertently, like, gets the ball rolling that makes, like, the events of the first film and the second film happen, right? Like, he kind of grooms Billy to go after, like, Sydney's mom, and then all that happens. I like that. I like that whole, like, oh, like, it was me all along. It's really cool. And I guess, I don't know about you guys, but when I was watching the film, the opening scene where you have Cotton in the car, like, in his white suit in the car, and that gave me, like, some, like, crazy, like, childhood flashback. I didn't like, you don't remember until you see it again, like a deja vu. I was like, whoa, like, I've seen this before. And then the whole scene with Ghostface and his girlfriend, like, in the office and everything. I was like, yo, like, I saw this, like, years back. And it was really cool. I mean, I guess that's Scream as a Ghostface has, like, a special place for me. Of course, being, I was born in 98, so first film came out, 2 years before? And, they're, like, I grew up with these, essentially, right? Like, they came out as I was growing up, so it's, like, always been around. Because, of course, Jason, Michael Myers, they're older, so they were always around. But Scream was, like, that series that was, like, I grew up with, and, like, you see these characters grow and evolve, like, the original 3, and it's, like, damn, I don't know, it just kind of bums me out. Like, is Dewey gonna be the one to die? Or could you imagine they kill Sydney off? Which, hey, I'll give him big props for, like, doing it, like, not being afraid to, but it would be sad. Like, the whole passing the torch is like, damn, what if she dies? And then it's like, Sam or any of the new characters have to carry that on. But yeah, guys, that was just my video. Hope you enjoyed, just Scream. I'm excited for it. Ghostface, who's it gonna be? And yeah, of course I'll have a review up, and don't worry, content will continue as usual. Tuesday's video will probably be Scream related, maybe not. I'll see how things go. And then, of course, on Saturday, we'll have the review. And yeah, and then probably after that, I'll do like a ranking, you know, my ranking of all 5 films. Because I'm going to watch 4 before the release of 5. And then, of course, I'll see 5. And a lot of people are even saying that this is the best film since the original. So that gets me super excited. Like, man, really? Like, could they really do that? And hey, you know, I guess to end it, you can just say that, like, they did Wes Craven proud, and it's nice to see that they carry on, you know, one of his franchises. And hey, hopefully they can do it with Nightmare on Elm Street, right? We'll see. But yeah, guys, that was just a video. Hope you enjoy, and yeah, let me know, are you a fan of Scream, and what's your favorite? But you know, as always, I make new videos every Tuesdays and Saturdays. If you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz. And as always, guys, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care.